Hey everybody, it's Matt, PV Peeps, we'll say. Today is the 10th dose of Besremi, and I'm sparing you the injections. We're going to go in the right thigh today. Just wanted to report back from 2 weeks ago. I had a pretty short video. Wasn't much to report. And then this past week, I had a cardiology test and a follow-up for some blood work with the leukemia and liver protocol. And it was an eventful week, we'll say. So back to the very beginning, back in March, just to reiterate, I had a portal vein thrombosis, which led to the JAK2 test, the bone marrow biopsy, the polycythemia vera diagnosis. And I've had some liver issues, just the pain, pretty much since March. It's kind of come and gone, it kind of comes and goes. And at one point, I think I talked about this in a prior video, that I had some heart palpitations. I do think it was maybe from the Besremi, and it was kind of neat. It was happening regularly, and it happened during church one time. And apologize if I already said the story, but I had a friend who prayed for me who was at a different church at the same time, and I came out and got a text message from him and said that he had prayed for me. And since then, I have had no heart issues. But so this past Monday, I finally saw the cardiologist, just because it takes a while. It was like, oh, I'm having heart palpitations. Okay, you'll see the cardiologist in a month. And I saw him for the first time, maybe a month ago. And he said, let's do an echocardiogram, and we'll do a stress test, and we'll put a heart rate monitor on you for 48 hours. So that happened this past Monday, about a month after that, after the prior visit. So I felt great. I've had no heart issues, but we did that anyway. Tuesday, I had my routine blood work down at Roswell. And when I got there in the morning, young phlebotomist, he had a mask on, so I couldn't see his face, but nice guy. We were chatting a little bit, and he said, "Whoa, you got a lot of orders today for my blood work." And I knew they were doing leukemia, the typical stuff, but they was also doing some liver stuff, but I didn't realize it was going to be so much. So about halfway through, we did the right arm. I started feeling a little, and I've never passed out or anything. I think I had 15 orders in July, whatever that means. And I think one order is a vial. I'm not 100% sure. I had 31 orders this past time, and I know they did some other things, so I know they weren't all vials, but 31 orders. Regardless, somewhere along the lines, I think around 20, I said, I feel like a cartoon. I'm not feeling so good, And he was like, oh, all right. I think he wasn't even looking at me. He was just doing all the vials. And I remember I said, if you're close to finishing, let's finish up. Because he said, well, I'm going to stop. He probably looked at me, and I was like a white sheet. But anyway, he's like, I'm going to get you some juice, okay? And he left and came back, and I was about to throw up. I didn't. Passed out. Woke up again, and there was a whole emergency team in front of me. I recognized one of the nurses. I said, what are you doing in here? I went out again with my eyes open. She said it felt like forever, but it was about 5 seconds. Woke back up. It turned into this whole thing. They threw me on a gurney, emergency protocol. They thought I had a stroke. I had a brain MRI. I was at the hospital the whole day. So that was kind of crazy. So I'm going to talk to them about the amount of blood that can be drawn, like, safely, and nobody hit the brakes, and I don't know any better. So word to the wise, I don't know, 15 for me. I'm 153 pounds right now, soaking wet. So I had 15 in July, and I didn't have any issues. 20, 30, that was an issue. So anyway, oh yeah, and then back to the portal vein thrombosis and the JAK2 tests and the Besremi and all the stuff, the bone marrow biopsy. Everything was denied throughout this process through my insurance, and kind of, I'm like, why is it getting denied? positive for JAK2 V617F. I'm positive for portal vein thrombosis. You know, all these things. You requested the bone marrow biopsy, and now I'm getting denied for that. Long story short, though, everyone came through. My insurance came through. I'm very grateful. It just took a lot of perseverance. You know, I could be dramatic and say it was a battle. It wasn't a battle, but a lot of phone calls saying, hey, what's going on here? I got a denial letter and so forth. And I had great communication, I had someone different every time. But at the end, it worked out. Everything's covered. And I'm super grateful for that. I owe it to the team at Besremi. They stayed on top of it. Roswell stayed on top of it as well. And I've had great care. So not to complain about the passing out episode, but that was, it knocked me back for a couple of days, number one. And number two, it just was like I had to have a brain MRI to see if I had a stroke. And it seemed like, wow, that could have been avoided. But I didn't have a stroke, so that was good. One thing that did come in, my AMA, which is, I'm not going to even try to say it, but it has something to do with your liver bile ducts, is through the roof right now. And my ferritin levels are very high. So there's more investigation on the liver. So I'm concerned about that. Could be the Besremi, could be the portal vein, could be the Polycythemia Vera. So things to think about. And then my blood counts for a lot of them were moving favorably. The hematocrit, the platelets were down, lots of good stuff. I don't have those numbers handy, but so the Besremi is working. Just worried that it might be hitting the liver a little hard too. Plus I'm on blood thinners, Xarelto. So that's my report for today. I'll save you the shot. I'm going to do this right now. It's a little later in the day. It is October 18th, 2024, by the way. My 10th injection. So every 2 weeks. So would that be, oh boy, every 2 weeks, 5 months, I think. Forgive me. And I will say I have been a little foggy upstairs. It could be it could be any one of those things I mentioned. So be forgiving to yourselves out there. Keep the faith though. I've been a little down with the liver news, but I did some yard work today. I've been walking. I haven't done many, no real weight workouts, but hope to get back into that and do some good stuff soon. So God bless you guys. Thanks for listening. I love you. Bye.